Hello everyone, welcome back to Lecture Notes. So today I'll be explaining chapter 5 of the novel Arjun, which is written by Sunil Gangopadhyay. So Arjun is here describing that a lot of people used to glorify the past, that they used to tell stories, that they used to have a lot of wealth, a lot of property. But they were exaggerating. But it was seriously true that they have a little bit of property and they had enough money to survive, to have basic food. So he's saying it was true that many people made up stories about their past. A lot of them came to India and gave inflated descriptions of their property in East Bengal. It was only human nature to magnify the past, but it was equally true that most of us had a little bit of land there. तो कह रहा है कि हाँ, कुछ लोग एग्जैजरेट करते थे, ज्यादा बता देते थे कि हमारे पास तो बहुत प्रॉपर्टी थी, बहुत पैसा था, बहुत गोल्ड था, चांदी थी, ये था वो था। बट हाँ, ये बात तो सच है कि लोगों के पास उस टाइम पे रहने के लिए घर और खाने के लिए पैसा तो था ही। उसके बाद वो बताता है कि आफ्टर द क्रिएशन ऑफ पाकिस्तान ऑफ कोर्स देयर वाज अ क्विक प्रोग्रेशन, रोड बिल्डिंग एंड द सेटलिंग अप ऑफ फैक्ट्रीज, but the Hindus never got to feel any sense of belonging or identification with all that. Perhaps only the blacks in America have understood and continue to understand how hateful it is to be second class citizen, and even they have now managed to acquire some equality of status. तो कह रहे हैं कि हाँ, जब हिंदू लोगों ने पाकिस्तान छोड़ दिया तो वहां पे काफी चीजें बदली, काफी प्रोग्रेस हुआ, बिल्डिंग्स नहीं बनी, रोज नहीं बनी। बट हिंदू कभी कनेक्ट नहीं कर पाए। दो 30 50 70 साल से उसी जगह पे रह रहे होंगे, पर उनको देख के कोई खुशी या कनेक्शन फील नहीं हुआ वही रोड्स देख के कि अच्छा ये रोड नहीं बन गई है अब, या कुछ भी फीलिंग कनेक्टिविटी, फीलिंग ऑफ कनेक्शन was zero after leaving Pakistan. By any standards, we were better off there, better off here. Yeah, Arjun is saying that by any standards, we were better off here than we were in our home in East Bengal. There is no doubt about that. There we had never lived in concrete houses. Our walls were made of mud and we invariably suffered during the monsoon. On top of that, there were the risk of burglars. They would use a shovel and cut through the earthen walls and foundations and come inside. तो कह रहे हैं कि एटलीस्ट अब हमारे पास कंक्रीट हाउसेस हैं जब मैं हम इंडिया में रह रहे हैं, नहीं तो पोस्ट पार्टीशन एरा में हमारे घर जो होते थे मड के होते थे। और बर्गली मतलब चोर आने के चांसेस बहुत ज्यादा होते थे क्योंकि मड में वो शवल से जरा सा होल बना के अंदर आ जाते थे। तो वो अपना एक इंसिडेंट बताता है कि जब एक चोर आया था उनके घर में और वो बहुत ही छोटा था, अपना एक्सपीरियंस कि कैसे वो ट्रॉमेटाइज हो गया था उस पूरे थेफ्ट इंसिडेंट से। आई स्टिल हैव नॉट फॉरगॉटन माई फर्स्ट मेमोरी ऑफ सीइंग अ burglar. When I was a child, we usually left the lantern on all night. In the middle of the night, by the dim glow of the lantern, I saw a man in our room, his dark body gleaming. Later, I heard they usually oiled themselves before coming. Oiled why? Because if anybody wakes up and tries to catch them, तो easily catch नहीं कर पाएगा, ऑयल की वजह से वो फिसलते हुए भाग के निकल सकते हैं। From the next room, I could hear my father snoring. I knew that I was the only one awake. The poor thief, he could not have found much to steal in our house. Finally, started pulling off the blanket covering us. He was only 3 feet away from me. I could smell the rancid oil on his body, and I kept on staring at him with his eyes wide open. तो बेसिकली चोर को कुछ मिला नहीं घर में चुराने के लिए, तो उसने क्या किया कि ठंड का टाइम है, कम से कम मैं ब्लैंकेट ही ले जाता हूँ जब इतनी मेहनत करके आया हूँ। तो जो उन्होंने ब्लैंकेट ओढ़ रखा है था वही वो उनके ऊपर से ले लेता है। And then Arjun looks towards the mother. When the blanket was finally pulled off, I could not bear the winter cold. I turned on my side and screamed, Mother. But my mother immediately gripped my hand and hard and said, Quiet. That meant that she had to been awake. तो उसकी मम्मी भी उस टाइम पे जाग रही होती है, पर वो कुछ बोलती नहीं है और अर्जुन को भी क्वाइट बोल देती है कि चुप हो जाओ, कुछ बोलना मत। क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली अगर चोर को पता लगता है कि ये दोनों जाग रहे हैं, देन दे might have killed them, कि किसी को कोई सबूत पता ना लगे कि कौन है ये बेसिकली, तो उन दोनों को वो मार भी सकता था। तो उन्होंने प्रिटेंड किया कि हाँ हम दोनों सो ही रहे हैं। My father, as it happened, was never particularly interested in his job. On top of that, his salary was not paid regularly. by the school. I had not yet been born during the Bengal famine of 1943, but my brother used to tell me how they had lived for day after day on boiled sweet potatoes. So saying कि ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं ही बुरे टाइम में पैदा हुआ और सारी बुरी चीजें देखी मैंने, पर मेरे भाई ने तो बंगाल फेमाइन भी देखी है जहां पे और चीजें बदतर थी. सो इज सेइंग दैट वी आर बेटर ऑफ इन हिंदुस्तान रादर देन अगर वहीं पे रह जाते तो चीजें बेटर कभी हो ही नहीं सकती थी. तो ये हमारे लिए एक अच्छी चीज ही हुई है. द पार्टीशन हमारे लिए एक अच्छी चीज हुई है, एक होपफुल चीज हुई है जिसने हमारा फ्यूचर बेटर किया. I'm better off in comparison for those days. So what is there to feel sorry about? If there had been no Pakistan, if we had stayed on in the village, then all I would have been by now would be a teacher in the village school. Could I have hoped for more? How could I have had the opportunity of higher education? So saying कि अगर वहीं रहते विलेज में तो मैं ज्यादा से ज्यादा एक टीचर बन जाता. और मेरी सैलरी ऑब्वियसली अब वो अपने फादर की कंडीशन देख चुका था, तो सैलरी रेगुलर नहीं होती, टाइम पे तो मिलती नहीं और इनफ भी नहीं होती. सो इट्स बेटर नाउ इन हेयर आई हैव गॉट हायर एजुकेशन एंड मोर अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू एक्सप्लोर माई फ्यूचर. So he's generally telling, it is hard enough to forget the sorrow of forcible eviction and not being able to return. Over and over, there is another sorrow that of being treated as beggars and destitutes here. No one showed us any kinship, any closeness. So उसने बोला कि एक बहुत ही बुरी चीज हुई कि हमें जबरदस्ती वहां से जाना पड़ा. और दूसरी चीज ये कि हम कभी रिटर्न कर भी नहीं सकते. पर उससे भी बड़ी ये चीज थी कि हम यहाँ आए और हमें बेगर्स की तरह ही देखा गया. किसी ने हमें कोई हमदर्दी, कोई क्लोजनेस, कोई लव वार्मथ कुछ नहीं दिखाया. So now he's telling about the poverty he used to live. A lot of boys used to smoke in the college grounds. A packet of cigarettes in those days cost 1 rupee or even more. One stick could not have been less than 10 paise. Then the bell would ring for classes, or one of the professors would be seen coming, and immediately they would throw away the cigarette after 2 or 3 puffs. क्योंकि उनके लिए ये पैसा इतना इंपॉर्टेंट ही नहीं था, तो वो 2-3 पफ लेके सिगरेट फेंक देते थे. पर अर्जुन को इस ये चीज देख के बहुत बुरी लगती थी, क्योंकि उसको लगता था कि इन पैसों से मैं क्या क्या कर सकता हूँ, इन पैसों के लिए मुझे इतना कुछ करना पड़ रहा है जो ये कुछ सेकंड में ही उड़ा के फेंक भी देते हैं. That sight upset me. That was time when I would constantly put my hand into pocket and count my change. 5 or 10 पैसों meant a lot to me. और वही वो 10 पैसा ऐसे ही कुछ सेकंड में 2 या 3 पफ मार के नीचे फेंक देते थे. तो ये चीज देख के बुरी लगती थी कि कुछ लोग तो एक्सट्रीमली रिच है कि उन्हें इन पैसों से फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता. ऑन द अदर हैंड अर्जुन वो सो मच पुअर कि उन्हें इतने से पैसे भी बहुत ज्यादा लगता था. So now he's comparing himself to the boy Dipankar who stood first in the final school living examination. He certainly was intelligent, but he also had two professors to tutor him at home. Why should I not be resentful? I could have crossed those 11 points too, but I had to leave my books every night and wander all over the place to search for my poor brother and bring him home. So he's saying that though I am intelligent, but I was not privileged. मैं भी दीपांकर की तरह, जो 11 मार्क्स का डिफरेंस था हम दोनों में, मैं भी फर्स्ट आ सकता था. मैं वो 11 मार्क्स से ऊपर ही ला सकता था अगर मुझे भी 2 प्रोफेसर्स, 2 ट्यूटर मिले होते थे. पर उसके बजाय ही हैड अ लाइबिलिटी ऑफ हिज ब्रदर. ही हैड टू लीव हिज स्टडीज एंड ही यूज्ड टू वॉन्डर इन द स्ट्रीट्स फॉर द सर्च ऑफ हिज ब्रदर. Now here, this is a conversation between Lavanya and Arjun. Lavanya is saying that the crowd nearby has turned out to be so rude, and because they are unemployed तो उनको कोई काम नहीं है, वो बस इधर उधर वल्गर चीजें करते रहते हैं, लड़कियों को छेड़ते रहते हैं. So she's saying our colony has become such an ugly place now, squabbles and fights all the time. Besides, the boys have become so rude, it's not their fault. So Arjun is saying it's not their fault, they can't get any jobs. Just look at them, young fellows must have something to do. Do they have to be so vulgar just because they are unemployed? You won't understand. It is so much complicated. Oh well, I don't suppose you care one bit. You will soon get a job somewhere and go away. So this is Lavanya saying that Arjun, someday you'll get a good job and you'll go away and you will not think about us. But for us, we have to stay and rot in the hell for the rest of our lives. Arjun says, my dear, you will go away too you when you get married. Yes, and where to? Just another place like this? Otherwise, I'll have to become like Purnima. Purnima? Oh, yes. What does she do? I believe she had a job of some sort. Never mind, Purnima. It was just a pleasure to talk to Shukla Di the other day. सो उसने बोला लवन्या ने कि दो ही चॉइसेस है मेरे पास, या तो मैं शादी कर लूं और ऐसी सी जगह में दोबारा घुस जाऊं, दूसरा चॉइस है कि मैं पूर्णिमा की तरह कुछ करूं. सो इन द नेक्स्ट. Sorry for the disturbance. Hmm. So where were we? Hmm. So she is just talking, she's just giving the right glimpse or reality to Arjun that how a life of a woman in this locality is not easy. So he says, nonsense. I know very well what I do look like. Don't you say Shukladi had a lot of friends? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I don't have single friend. Everybody wants to tear me apart and devour me. They are all determined to corrupt me. You are smiling, Arjunda. You just live in your books. You understand nothing. You have no idea how difficult it is for a girl coming from a family like mine to keep herself unspoiled. तो वो कह रही कि इतना आसान नहीं है इस लोकेलिटी में जीना, and anybody who looks at me is looking at my body. So it is not easy. Every day every human being, every man basically is looking at me in a different way. So for me it is not easy to continue on the right path. So now Arjun is telling that he used to tutor Shukla at home for few days only. She did not want to continue it just as well, but I kept going to their house quite often. So Abnish Jha said to me one day with a smile, do you know why Shukla refused to be tutored by you? She thinks her boyfriends will be jealous or fell apart. So now he's describing Abnish the house, that how it was always full of people, a constant row of visitors coming and going, a pervasive uproar. The two front rooms were waiting rooms for the patients coming to see Abnishta's father. So if you remember, अर्जुन का जो ट्रीटमेंट हुआ था वो भी अवनीशदा के फादर ने स्पॉन्सर किए थे. इज वन ऑफ द मेजर डॉक्टर, एंड उन्होंने अपने घर को भी काइंड ऑफ क्लिनिक बना लिया कि जो दो रूम्स है इन फ्रंट के, वो एज अ वेटिंग रूम देखे जाते हैं, क्योंकि लोग अपने रिलेटिव्स फैमिली फ्रेंड्स को लेके वहां आते रहते हैं. इट इज मोस्टली क्राउडेड. द फैमिली वॉज नॉट टू वरीड अबाउट थेफ्ट्स ईदर, और perhaps लिटिल थिंग्स वर ऑलवेज गेटिंग स्टोलन. इट वॉज जस्ट दैट nobody cared much because they had a lot of money. तो उनके पास टाइम भी नहीं था देखने के लिए कि कौन सी चीज कहाँ पड़ी है और पढ़ी भी है या नहीं. But none of the brothers or sisters was as reckless as Shukla. Every time I went to that house, her room was full of friends. Often they were all going off on a picnic or to a film. Invitations to party were just as common. I don't know how she managed or took time out for studies, but she always did well. Shukla was a person I had never seen alone. सो कहता है कि शुक्ला हमेशा क्राउडेड ही रहती थी, कभी ना कोई उसके साथ होता ही था, और नॉट जस्ट अ सिंगल पर्सन, अ ग्रुप ऑफ पर्सन. और कभी मतलब डेली शी वॉज आउट ऑन अ पिकनिक फिल्म और अ पार्टी और इनविटेशन टू बर्थडे और समथिंग लाइक दैट. एंड ही थिंक्स एट टाइम्स कि उसको पता नहीं कहाँ से पढ़ने का टाइम मिल जाता था, बिकॉज शी वॉज गुड in extracurricular activities also, in presenting herself also, and as well as she was intelligent. So now he's telling she had a friend called Akhtar. At one time, I used to think that it was Akhtar she would marry, for there was no prejudice against Muslim in Shukla's family. There would be no opposition to this marriage. Besides, Shukla was such an obstinate girl. So he said कि उसकी family इतनी open-minded थी कि religion मैरिज के बीच में एक प्रॉब्लम देखी ही नहीं जा सकती थी. So whenever I met Akhtar, I felt that Muslim in India not have to labor under any ease or discrimination. He comes and goes in Shukla's house just as he pleases, says whatever comes in his head. He is also a bit strong-willed. Later, much later, I realized my mistake. Akhtar comes from a wealthy family. The rich never have problems in our country. It is only the poor who suffers. This point he highlights again and again कि रिच के पास एक प्रोटेक्शन एक सिक्योरिटी थी. जब वो अपने विलेज के बारे में भी बताता है, पहले तो वो बोलता है कि रिच के पास ऑप्शन था कि वो अपने घर एज इट इज छोड़े और निकल जाए. जो पुअर के पास नहीं था। तो वो वही बोल रहा है कि दो ही वॉज अ मुस्लिम लिविंग इन इंडिया, but he used to travel freely, he used to give his opinion freely, which shows that how the rich or the powerful people, they did not had to cost their lives or was not affected a lot because of partition. So he's saying, I would try to abolish religious. So he's saying that if I get power, Arjun is saying, if I get power, the first thing I would like to do is abolish religious discrimination among the people of India. That is what is most necessary for them. The problem will have ceased to exist on the day when the people of both East and West Bengal stop thinking of themselves as Hindu or Muslim but as Bengalis. कि culture एक देखा जाए rather than seeing कि religion अलग है. It is not through religion, but through the cohesion of our culture that we remain Bengalis. So he's talking about the Bengali culture कि लोग हमें हिंदू मुस्लिम के बजाय, रिलीजन के बजाय कल्चर की तरफ देख, हम एक दूसरे की तरफ देखें कल्चर के बिहाफ पे, तो हम फिर भी एकजुट हो सकते हैं. If you ignore religion and talk about equality of men, then you're trying to achieve the impossible. So Arjun used to tutor few people. Mizanur was a student from whom Arjun did not take money because he was poor. I could see, so Arjun is saying, I could see that it would not be easy for Mizanur to get a job even after he acquired a BSc degree. He would have to keep looking for opportunities to get to Pakistan. Once there, he would no longer have to belong to a minority. He would be free as a fish in water. So he's saying कि मुस्लिम अगर जो पुअर हैं, अगर वो एजुकेशन पा भी ले तो इतना आसान नहीं होगा उनके लिए जॉब के लिए. पाकिस्तान में उनके लिए बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटीज होंगी अगर वो पुअर हैं एंड दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग. So one day he was sitting in one of the restaurants and a lady in a pair of glasses had kept staring at me, that is Arjun, for a long time. When I was about to leave with my friends, she suddenly came out to me and asked, Aren't you Arjun? Don't you recognize me? At last, there was no room for mistake anymore. The last words told me that she was Amaladi's sister Kamaladi, a daughter of the Datta family in our village. A shiver passed through my body. शिवर वाई बिकॉज एकदम से पास्ट मुंह पे आ गया, जो वो कभी सोच भी नहीं रहा था कि विलेज में से कोई इंसान उसे पार्टीशन के बाद दिखेगा. और दिखा भी कौन? अमलादी सिस्टर कमलादी. अमलादी वॉज द वन हु वॉज raped and was found in the fields, who was a widow and used to give water and some biscuits or sweets to um, Arjun as well as his friends and brother. So Kamaladi introduced me to her husband. They were both teaching in college. To see a girl from our village so happily settled in Kolkata gave me ineffable happiness. You were such a child, said Kamaladi. When I saw you last, now you have grown up. And you look so good, so well got up. How's your brother? Brother? I could not answer. Tears choked me. My brother was no longer alive, nor was Amalati. Many things can be rectified, returned or to normalcy, but who will ever redress the balance of those lives lost unnecessarily? जैसे अमलादी पार्टीशन के गुस्से में उनका रेप हुआ, सिमिलरली उसका भाई भी हम नहीं रहा बिकॉज वो आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स ऑफ पार्टीशन नहीं झेल पाया. So these sacrifices, the loss of people, unnecessary loss of people, nobody can balance this. Nobody can bring back those dead people, the lost lives, unnecessary lives who were lost at that point of time. So one day, all of them, that is Abnishta's family as well as Arjun, planned to go on a picnic. And all of a sudden, there was a comment by Maya who said, Oh God, look, more refugees. So Arjun felt as if somebody had hit him straight in the chest. I could feel the blood draining away from my face. I looked around. Hundreds of refugees were lying all over the platform. Most of them were from the prison class. तो अर्जुन को अपना टाइम याद आ गया कि वो भी जब आया था तो कुछ टाइम तक प्लेटफॉर्म पे ही ऐसा बेगर सो रहा था. पर यहाँ पे अवनीशदा की फैमिली इतनी अमीर है कि उनको ऐसा लगता है कि ये सिर्फ पुअर लोग यहाँ पे हैं और गंदगी फैलाए जा रहे हैं जिनका कोई एम नहीं है, जिनकी वजह से चोरियां हो रही हैं. तो उनकी थिंकिंग, बीइंग अ रिच सेटल्ड फैमिली, उनकी थिंकिंग ये होती है. बट अर्जुन वॉज एबल टू कनेक्ट विद देम बिकॉज few years back he was in a similar situation. So he's telling, I was a brilliant student from Presidency College, so he had no objection in embracing me as a fellow countryman. but would he, referring to the people of Abnish Das family, would have done the same, or you can generalize it to the people who are rich after the partition. He have done the same for those who have been living on the platform. He was so well off. Could he not have helped just one refugee family to establish itself? Those people from East Bengal who had made good in West Bengal, had they ever got together in a concreted attempt to help the poor refugees? तो वो अगेन वही चीज डिस्कस कर रहा है कि जितने भी रेफ्यूजीज आए उन्हें ओपन हार्टेडली किसी ने हेल्प नहीं करी फाइनेंशियली। उन्हें पुअर लोग जो चोरी कर सकते हैं, जिनके पास कोई काम नहीं है, ऐसे ही देखा गया। और वो कह रहे हैं कि अगर जो वेस्ट बंगाल में ऑलरेडी सेटल लोग हैं वो चाहते तो ईस्ट बंगाल पीपल की हेल्प कर सकते थे, बट दे डिड नॉट चूज टू हेल्प। दे कुड हैव इजीली सपोर्टेड अ रेफ्यूजी फैमिली, but they did not choose to do it. So thank you for watching this video. In the next video, I'll be explaining chapter 6 of this novel.